Hey, so on number 9, we're basically using these two graphs and table to answer these questions. So I'll just kind of walk through. Start with A. So this says find F composite G of 1. And I've given the advice, I don't think students love this notation. So I would write this as, oh shoot, I gotta change my font here. Make it a little smaller. Okay. All right, I zoomed in, so it's kind of hard to see. So I would write this as F, what the heck, F of G of 1. So anytime I see that composite notation with that little circle, I would write it like this, just from left to right. And now I have to find G of 1 and the inside here. And so what that means, I go on the G graph, and I look for where X is 1. So I go on the G graph, and I go to the X coordinate of 1, and then I go to where the graph is right here, and I look for that Y value. So G of 1 is 4. So I'm going to replace G of 1 with 4. Now that means I'm looking for F of 4. And now I kind of repeat that process, but now I go on the F graph, and when X is 4, I look for the Y value there. So I go over on the X to 4, and the Y value right here is 0. So that answer would be 0 right there. On the next one, so now you're multiplying these two values together. So the first thing I have to find is F of negative 3. So I go on the F graph, I go to where X is negative 3, so right here, and then I go up, and I just think, what's that Y value? Well, that Y value there is positive 2. So F of negative 3 is 2. Now here's where it gets a little trickier, because this now says find G inverse of 0. So in normal function notation, like this right here, the number in the parentheses is X, and you're looking for Y. With inverse notation, now the number in the parentheses is your Y value, and you're looking for X. So that means you go up or down to whatever that value is. This is a little trickier because you just go up or down to 0, which means you start at 0. But this time you're looking for an X coordinate. So you go left or right, so I go over to right here, and the X value there is 4. So when the Y value is 0, the X value is 4. So G inverse of 0 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And then the last one, similar idea, but it kind of uses those two examples. So it says find H inverse of 2. That means that 2 is the Y value. So this is saying when Y is 2, so right here, what's the X value? And that's 4. So H inverse of 2 is 4. Then over here, I have to find H of 0 first. So it's not inverse. That means when X is 0, right up here, the Y value is 3, right there. So now this is H of 3. H of 0 is 3, so I replace H of 0 with 3. And now I have to find H of 3. So I go to where X is 3 in the table, right here. And the Y value there is 0. So H of 3 is 0. So 4 minus 0 is 4. Hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, let me know.